Hi, welcome back to My Yoga to Go. This is our encyclopedia of 50 essential yoga poses. Pose number 1 is called Hero's Pose. To do it, you'll most likely need a block. Some people with more flexibility in their ankles, knees, and hips don't need the block, but I'd always recommend starting with it and removing it if you have that availability. So look how I just put the block across so the long axis of the block is parallel to the short side of the mat. And what I'm going to do is kneel directly in front of it. You want to bring your knees as close as they can go together, but position your feet just a little bit wider apart than your hips. Take a look, make sure that all 10 toes are aimed straight backwards. And once you verify that with your own eyes, grab hold of your calf muscles with your hands. Pull the calves back toward the heels. You'll feel a cleaner hinge happening at your knees. So you just lower down and eventually you settle your hips right on to the block. Feeling stiff or that your knees can't fold this much? No problem. You can always put the block up a little higher. Feeling looser and that your legs could tolerate a little bit more? No problem. You could always remove the block. Again, better to have block initially and then assess. So right now my legs are feeling pretty good. They're folding cleanly without pain in the knees. The advantage of Hero's Pose is that not only does it stretch the ankles and the quadriceps and even the small muscles at the front of your shins, it also helps to reshape the arches of your feet. So if you spend a lot of time standing, if you're a waiter or someone who's just always, sometimes even doctors always on their feet for long periods of time at the hospital, this is a great way to refresh your legs. The other advantage of Hero's Pose is that it grounds you. And you'll feel grounded without being collapsed as long as your pelvis is parallel to the floor. Take your hands to the rim of your pelvis. You want to feel that the rim of your pelvis is, in fact, parallel to the floor. Not tipping backwards like this. Not tipping forward, which would make you kind of arched in your back. But again, neutral. Assess that for yourself, whether you're on the block or on the ground, that your pelvis is parallel to the ground. And then just rest your hands somewhere on your thighs. Close your eyes for a moment. And notice how the symmetry of this pose, meaning your right and left legs are doing the same thing. The symmetry of this pose provides this really nice platform for your spine to rise up. So just feel the natural length of your spine moving right on up into the crown of your head. This is a wonderful one pose wonder that you can do really anytime you need grounding and centering. It's also, as mentioned, a great way to refresh your legs if they've been overworked. Thanks for practicing with us. See you on the next pose.